What happens when a crime story turns into a national controversy before it even releases? That's exactly what's unfolding with Lawrence of Punjab, a docuseries inspired by gangster Lawrence Bishnoi. What began as a gritty, attention-grabbing crime narrative has now escalated into a full-blown political, legal and emotional battle long before it even reaches the audience. And it all starts with massive hype that grabs the nation's attention. Well, even before its release, the series created a strong wave of curiosity, and the trailer spread quickly, catching attention for its raw-tone, real-life connections and its focus on one of India's most controversial criminal figures. Social media discussions exploded. Some called it gripping, others called it disturbing, but one thing was clear, that the hype was undeniable. However, as attention increased, so did discomfort. And what the series is actually trying to show? Well, at its core, the series attempts to explore how criminal identities and the gang networks have emerged and operated in Punjab and surrounding states. It focuses on the Bishnoi gang, which has been linked to serious criminal cases, including extortion, violence and attempted murder, and examines how such networks form, grow and maintain influence. Well, the narrative tries to show how crime, fear, ambition and power come together to build organized systems that extend beyond one individual. But critics argue that showing such networks, especially tied to Punjab's sensitive history with organized crime, risk normalizing or indirectly glorifying them. Well, this raises question that is Punjab being typecast in popular storytelling? At the same time, a larger and more uncomfortable conversation is being raised once again. Why do so many films and shows connected to Punjab repeatedly focus only on drugs, gangs or crime? Is it pure realism, or is Punjab slowly being boxed into a single narrative on screen? Earlier, Urta Punjab had already triggered a similar debate, portraying the state through drug abuse and addiction. While it was praised for highlighting a real crisis, many also question whether such portrayals contributed to a repeated image of Punjab being defined mainly by drugs and crime, instead of its culture, diversity and everyday life. And this ongoing pattern is exactly why some people are now questioning whether these repeated narratives unintentionally shape perception, making Punjab appear disproportionately associated with gangs and drugs in popular media. And that's when political backlash changed everything. The situation took a sharp turn in Punjab when political leaders reacted strongly to the series. Notably, Punjab Congress Chief Amrinder Singh Rajawardene called it deeply insensitive and announced plans to approach court to stop its release. According to him, it risks glorifying crime while ignoring the pain of victims and families in Punjab. He also wrote to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi demanding a complete ban, and what began as a series soon became a serious political and legal issue in the state. And behind the politics, there is a deeply personal pain, and this controversy carries deep emotional weight in Punjab. Worrying referenced the killing of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala, a tragedy that continues to impact the state deeply, with links being drawn to the same criminal network. For many families in Punjab, these are not stories, they are real, painful memories. And the concern is that turning such figures into screen narratives risk reopening wounds and reducing real suffering into the entertainment content. And then came official intervention from Punjab Police. As the issue escalated in Punjab, Punjab Police also stepped in. They urged authorities to block the series and remove its trailer, warning that it could normalize organized crime and influence young audiences in the region. And their concern reflects a large fear within the state that how media portrayal of criminal network might shape perception among youth exposed to Punjab's history with gang culture. And at the center of it all lies the series itself. The show is all set to release on ZEE5 and is directed by Raghav Dar. Lawrence of Punjab attempts to trace the journey of Lawrence Bishnoi from his early life into becoming a major figure linked with organized crime networks connected to Punjab and other states. It also touches on incidents and threats associated with his gang and explores that how such systems operate through fear, influence and notoriety. And the makers describe it as a realistic crime narrative, but that realism is exactly what critics in Punjab are questioning. And that leads us to the bigger debate that no one can ignore. At its core, the controversy raises a difficult question. Where does storytelling end and glorification begin? Supporters argue that real stories deserve to be told without censorship. Critics warn that such portrayals can turn criminals into pop culture figures while pushing victims pain into the background. There is no easy answer, but the debate is growing louder. And that history shows that this isn't the first time. As Punjab has faced this situation earlier also, this is not a new territory for the state. Back in 2020, a film based on gangster Sukha Kalo titled Shooter was banned before the release. Under then, Chief Minister Amrinder Singh, the government took a firm stand, arguing that the film promoted violence and could negatively influence the youth. And the pattern feels familiar and the concerns remain the same. And finally, the question that still remains unanswered now. Lawrence of Punjab stands at a crossroads, surrounded by hype, controversy and legal pressure. And beyond just this one series, it has also reopened a larger question that keeps coming back with every such releases. That are these stories simply reflecting reality, or are they repeatedly shaping that how Punjab is perceived both outside and within the state through a narrow focus on crime and drugs? Will it releases as planned, or will it be stopped before it ever reaches the audience? Because in the end, this is no longer just about a show. It has become a battle over storytelling, responsibility, perception, and the real cost of repeatedly telling the same kind of story about one region. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.